Not a cloud in the sky.
Okay.
But you came in with the clouds.
Coming with the clouds and the rain. Let's get it.
No. Actually, you be bringing the sunshine everywhere you go. Like, I feel like every time I see you and you come into the room, I'm like, Apollo's always got this like happy, good energy. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel about you, to be honest, too.
Thanks.
I remember the first time I met you, I was like, dang, like Chanel West Coast, like I've seen her on TV before, but I'm like, man, like, what does she really do? Like, I don't really know. Like, and then like, I'm around you the first time. I don't remember where we were. I think we were at
It was at Tony
party.
De Niro's house party.
That's funny. We performed that night.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like you were there, and like a group of people were just around you. You had everybody laughing. I'm like, damn, I get it. She's a like natural star.
No, and I remember that night when you performed, I was like, yo, who is this? And I was like, literally, like star power. I'm not joking. Like the first time I saw Apollo perform, I was like, oh, this guy's got it, you know? And then next thing you know, I forgot who connected us to work in the studio, but next thing you know, we made a song. Yeah. And like, basically, like we've just been friends ever since.
Facts.
I feel like Apollo has a dope, like, by the way, welcome, Apollo Liberace.
Yes. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
An
Thanks
official
for having me,
welcome.
Diamond Chanel.
But you know, Apollo has a very like energetic, like dope vibe. But at the same time, I feel like you don't fuck with that many people like that. You know, you keep your circle real close. Have you always been like that?
Bro, to be honest, like when you do things, life kind of shows you that. You know, your parents tell you early, like, yo, like, I don't like so-and-so you bring over here. And you're like, whatever, mom and dad. Y'all don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand. This is my bro. And those same people always end up doing something. Like, especially my mom, like, she always knows. And, like, those same people later down in life, they'll do something or, like, do something that I feel like is something I would never do. Like, you understand and you learn early that just people aren't loyal or people don't have your back. And people I would do anything for, it never fails, bro. They always end up.
I think it's true. I feel like
something.
Yeah, I feel like the more time goes on, the smaller your circle tends to get because you
100%.
realize, you know, not everybody's there for the right reasons.
Exactly, bro.
Well, especially when you're like such a dynamic character as yourself. Like, I feel like it's something I deal with a lot in life too.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen people who were my friends, best friends a few years back, and these people turned on me and
100%.
like are talking shit about me. And it's like, wait, what? I was such a good friend to you. How can you do that?
Which, it doesn't make sense. Like,
I feel you. I feel like, but it's something that happens though with people like us who are like, you know, like we're dynamic personalities. We're doing music. We're kind of the star of the room when we walk in. And sometimes people get jealous and they
facts.
You know, they don't know how to
I was
act.
just talking about this too, because like, you know, we live in a day now where like there's not many stars in the room left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all electronic, social media, fabricated. It's like we live in a fabricated reality. Like these people are something on the internet and you get around them and like, ain't nobody paying attention to them motherfuckers in rooms.
Yo,
like,
that's so
for
real
real.
though, because it's like, it used to be, and I feel like, you know, we actually do have this in our own ways, is like, it used to be when you walk into a room, you had like a presence and that's how you knew like, oh, that's like, I don't know. I don't even know who that is, but I can tell like there's something there.
Oh my gosh.
And now it's like, you can meet somebody and you're like, oh, hey, what's up, man? Cool. Nice to meet you. Da-da. You walk away and then you're like, oh, they got 5 million Instagram followers.
And I'm
They're
like,
famous.
huh?
Like, damn, bro, I thought you were the motherfucking waiter. Like,
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
no, actually, I like, okay.
It's crazy.
I'm a TikToker. I'm a successful TikToker.
Like
okay,
people that
cool,
you would
bro.
never think, and, you know, and it's not any offense to them, but
Yeah,
people that
no,
you
not
would
at
never
all,
think would have like star power, or they don't really give you that presence when they're around you. But then you go look them up and they're like more famous than you are, you know? It's like crazy.
Facts. It's crazy.
No, for real. I feel like though, you know, it's funny because I think that we all kind of share that. Like, you know, even though you don't do music as well, Dom, I mean, look at Dom. You know what I'm saying? This guy,
I'm not going to look at Dom. That's my bro, but
No, but I even told Dom, I was like, I get it. Like, I bet you, like, guys, even for him, like, I was like, I bet it's hard to even find real friends because I bet guys are like, dang, he's going to take all the girls.
Yeah.
I don't want that guy in the room.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
That's why I fuck with Apollo so much. I'm gonna stop cursing too, by the way. But that's why I like Apollo so much, because he's such his own individual that we don't have any jealousy or any weirdness between us, because it's true. Like there have been a lot of guys in the past where they just might not want me around because they feel like I'm some kind of threat to them. And it's like, yo, man, I'm just trying to be cool just like everybody else. Like I'm not like a thirsty dude like that anyway. So it's not like I'm gonna come around and try to steal your girlfriend. Like I don't care.
But that's the problem, is that most guys are these thirsty type of guys. So they just expect you to be like him. They're like, oh, he's going to come and steal all my girls. You know what I mean? So I want to let everybody know who's watching that Apollo is about to be on my new TV show coming out.
Yes.
Yes, you are a good friend of mine. Obviously, I had to not had to have you on it. Like you were going to be on it because you're always around,
My dog.
But I wanted to know from your perspective, like what was it like filming for our show?
It was dope. You know, it's funny because at first you kind of like don't know what to expect. Of course, you do because you've been on television for how many years?
It was even different for her though.
Yeah,
too long.
You've been on television.
Yeah.
It was different for her also.
I'd say. I mean, it's different than filming Ridiculousness.
It was a lot different, because especially like first of all, Ridiculousness for me as a girl.
Yeah.
I get to be super glam, sitting perfect with the best lighting, best angles. And you already know we were filming in Miami in 100-degree weather, dripping, sweating. I'm just doing so many different things that it's like it's not the perfect like version of me on TV. You get to see all of my imperfections. So like that was like, oh shit. Like,
well, you said you're happy with the little bit you've seen. So
yes.
Coming from you, I already know that means it's fucking perfect. So, you're a perfectionist.
But no, we never
people don't know, Chanel is a perfectionist to the T. Everything has to be right in line with her vision.
Thank you.
It has to be there.
But no, we never let you finish though. So yeah, how was the experience for you?
It was cool, bro. Like, at first, like filming and having the cameras all the way around, you kind of like, I don't know, you react, and then like after a little while, you kind of start feeling like a robot, like robotic a little bit. I remember filming and then leaving like at a restaurant or something and being like, yeah, actually, dude. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not filming anymore. Like, let me get out this robotic character. So like, I mean, I was only at the beginning though, but after like doing it more, you kind of forget the cameras are there and it becomes more natural. So I had fun, Yeah, where do we go? We went to all kind of places.
I know, right?
See, for me,
how am I gonna complain? We were in New York, Miami, goddamn, on yachts and shit. Come on.
For me, I think, and I think it was especially for me and her because we were filming like literally at the house and it's like in our business more than just being out and about. But it's like in life, when I shoot like a commercial, for instance, I go to set and my only job is to film that commercial, like be the character that they want me to be. But with this, it's like I'm still working on my normal everyday stuff. Plus I'm being filmed.
Facts.
So it's like I have a real estate deal I'm doing. I got to talk to the client while there's a camera in my face. And so it's almost like working two jobs at the same time. And so it was cool, but it was also like a little more exhausting because it's like you're doing two jobs at once,
Exhausting is the right word. I would never guess how like tiring just a camera on you all day. It's like, is this shit sucking the life out of you, bro? Like, I'm looking at the camera and be like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They're up to some voodoo or something.
No, this is what it is. You don't realize it. And none of us do. It's a subconscious thing that we do. So we're all very interesting people. We're fun. You know what I mean? Like we're all fun. Like we have a lot of personality. But when that camera's there, you have this pressure to be like extra entertaining. It's just the natural entertainer and like in all of us, And so I feel like you end up like kind of trying to turn it on, and then it's like you're using all this mental energy to like be entertained. And then by the time you're done filming, you're like, fuck, I'm tired.
You're right. Because that's what separates people. You know what I mean? The ability to like, soon as the lights come on, you got to snap on, and it don't matter what mood you're in, mad, sad, happy, glad. It doesn't matter. Like when them lights come on, you better be fucking ready. Like, and I feel you though, like putting that on, and that even brain power takes excessive energy.
Oh yeah.
So
no, literally using my brain takes more of my energy than like doing physical activities.
No,
like
facts.
Sometimes I can go hiking, like go jet skiing, do all of this active stuff, and I won't even be nearly as tired as a day when I spent like writing songs all day in the studio, like having to write emails, like whatever. Just using more of my brain gets me so much more tired.
And don't even add stress to it. Like stress will take anybody out.
Literally,
dude. Chanel thinks so hard sometimes. I watch her short circuit. I literally watch it happen. She's like this, like, and she's like.
Chanel is always, she is always in another, you'll catch her in another realm all the time.
Tell them what you call it.
I have a name for it. We call it the Shemension. And it's when Chanel goes into a different dimension.
I'm using it. And
then we have to bring her back. Yeah, I have to like throw Chanel, a lasso around her.
We're back here.
Pull her back.
But she's a thinker though.
I know. I get really deep into thought, you know. But that's a good thing though. And I feel like you're a deep thinker too. You have to be an artist.
I am.
You know?
Everybody thinks I'll be ignoring them and shit.
That's how it is, bro. I'm like, I don't even bother talking to her sometimes. I'm just like, you don't listen to anything I say anyway.
No, the funniest is that lately, I want you to know, we both are like, I'm like, you never listen to me. He's like, you never listen to me. And I'm like, well, I guess we've both just been talking to walls because we never listen to anything each other
No, she's worse than I am though. Like I get caught sometimes too if I'm like really locked in on some work. She'll say something, I'm like, yeah, sure, like okay, and I'm not really paying attention.
I'm like, babe.
But it's way like whatever I do, it's like 3 or 4 times.
She's in the dimension.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still on Earth at least. I'm still I'm still in this ether.
Yeah, mine is more like Chanel's. Like Erica will be talking to me and she's like, fuck it, you lucky I just like talking and like just like fuck it, I'll have a conversation with myself then. Like
yeah, no, we have to have you and Erica come back on here together too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we gotta have our power couple segment.
Yes.
Fine, let's do it.
Yeah, because you guys are a power couple. We'll talk more about that
there,
on the power couple. No. That's what we're doing this whole segment about those because it's like you don't have to be, you know, Beyonce and Jay-Z to be a power couple. It's like if you're a couple that's supporting each other and riding for each other and just there to uplift each other, the way that you guys do, the way that we do, that's a power couple.
Let's go. That's
why we were like,
y'all just heard the official definition for power couple right there.
That's why we were like, oh, we should have like a special segment because we feel like we have so many friends that are couples like that. So we wanted to, you know, kind of separate it and make it like another segment of the show. We're gonna have them on the power couple segment as well. But okay, I really want to talk to you about your music. Yeah. Because talking to you about music is one of my favorite things because Apollo really knows his music.
A little bit.
A little bit. So what is your next single that you're dropping?
The next single I'm dropping is it's called what the fuck is it?
It's okay, don't worry.
It's called Paradise with my bro Tyler Yahweh. He's a really talented artist. He has a single out right now with Chris Brown. You know, he's been on multiple tours with Post Malone. So, and that's my brother. So I'm putting that out next. It's amazing. I really like it. I think people will like it. You know, It's me stepping out of my usual element, and I'm gonna start giving people more of my musical side and the music I really like making, and stop shying away from that and just making music for people and thinking about what I think people want to hear, and I'm gonna just drop what I want to make, and I'm gonna start with this song and go from there and continue to do that.
What I like about your music is like it has a very specific vibe to it, and it gives more of like a feeling. Like when I listen to your songs, I know it's your songs, and that's why I keep telling you, I'm like, yo, I need to direct a music video for you, or something. Because
I'm ready. Let's go.
When I hear your song, like images start popping into my head, and like it creates a vision.
I'm gonna play you this joint. You could do this one.
Yeah, because you know you listen to other.
Yeah, fire.
Oh, that'll be hard. Yeah. But yeah, you know, you listen to other rappers, and it's like. It might have like a cool like gritty feel to it, or you might like what they're saying, but it doesn't really take you somewhere.
Exactly.
And I feel like your music actually takes the listener somewhere, which is
cool. It does.
I appreciate that.
No, and it's funny because it's like rap or more the melodic singing kind of pop stuff, or the more like indie vibe.
Yeah.
I think it's funny though, like no matter what you do, it's great. But I think it's funny that you said, oh, I'm really trying to get like more musical. And like I think it's funny you said that because I know you've been in rap, hip hop, but like that's what pisses me off sometimes is that sometimes we have this struggle with rap and hip hop, and then we're like, okay, let's show people that we could do other music. And it's like, well, rap and hip hop is music too. Fact. It's just sometimes people put you in this like box, and they like, it's like just because you do hip hop doesn't mean that like you're just a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like you are such a talented artist that is so diverse, and I feel like people are gonna see you and maybe be like, oh, he's just a hip hop person. Exactly. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I really want. So when people see me and they hear the music like that I'm making now, like it's like more of a, oh shit, like, you know, it's more eye-opening because they they get to like see a real side of me.
Yeah.
Not just the side they expect to see already.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think it's funny though how you said it like that, because to the public, they're going to be like, oh, this is his more musical side. But it's like all sides were musical. You just weren't getting that one side. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him.
Yo, speaking of Liberace, I don't really know a whole lot about the real Liberace. I've just never done that research. What do you know of him? When did he live? What time period?
He's a showman basically in Vegas, super talented, played the piano, incredible performer, but like his style was just
insane,
outlandish.
He was like known for style.
He would have full like new Benzes, and all of his cars he would get like look like diamond encrusted.
So he was like eccentric.
For sure, bro. For sure. But he was also like affiliated with like the mob, basically. So he was like eccentric, but he was definitely a gangster, bro.
An eccentric gangster.
Yeah.
That's kind of
definitely
hard.
A gangster.
Elton John could never, because Elton John and him had kind of very similar styles,
Facts,
like in the clothes they would wear and
100%.
stuff. But Elton John wasn't a gangster. We need to talk about Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay. What are your thoughts? I want to know your thoughts on everything he said.
My thoughts on Cat Williams and Club Shay Shay, interview of the decade.
For real.
Right?
At the least. You know what I mean? I just felt like at the least it was entertaining, and I just felt it felt truthful. Yeah. Honestly. I don't know if the stories are backed or any of that, but do I really care? Not really.
But it felt like he was speaking from his heart, right?
You could feel it.
Right?
You know what I liked about it was he was giving his, I really liked everything he was saying about just Hollywood in general and just like how it functions and some of the crazy shit that happens that people don't really know about. You've been in LA for a while now. Yeah. Have you ever had any like weird situations arise being in Hollywood and just in this industry?
I mean, of course, bro. Come on.
I gotta hear
like,
something.
LA is like one of those.
He's like, I gotta hear.
LA is one of those places like people come out with these stories and they're like, I was put in a bad position and like they took advantage of me and blah blah. I'm like, dog, like, you know, I have personal female friends that have been, you know, in terrible situations for real, and I feel like these type of things take shine off of women that really deserve their story to be heard. You know what I mean? Like all of these cases and all of these other things. Not saying they aren't real, but a lot of them are like, this producer told me to come over his hotel room at 3 a.m. and he was coming on to me. 3 a.m. at a hotel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
like,
for real.
Come on, like that's common sense. And what did you think he wanted to talk about? A business decision at 3 a.m.? Like, you know, no, he
I've
didn't.
seen that. I've seen that in modeling too, where you know we go out to dinner. There's guy models, there's girl models, and then there's maybe like an agent, and you know he's like some New York agent or whatever. And then he's like, it's midnight, we're all finished with dinner, and he's like, hey everyone, come over to my house where we have cocaine and da 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 da.
Exactly.
And it's like, and then one girl's like, oh, I should go because you know he's gonna help me with my career, and it's just like,
yep.
Well, what do you think you're going to his house for right now? Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Best case scenario isn't even that great.
I also want to get into that. The word selling your soul is like, people think it's, to me at least, it's literally like meeting up with the devil. He's like, hey, sign on the dotted line. No, that's not what selling your soul is. What selling your soul is losing your morals to accomplish something you think is this thing. And that's something that I know y'all, and I know y'all are the same as me. That's something we would never do to get to somewhere we think is like the promised land or get this dream done. And if you fucking do, I don't want to hear about that shit later after you've made millions of dollars for a decision you made. You sold your soul and you feel guilty about it. No, don't come out in a tell-all book later. We know how Hollywood works. Like, no, you have choices and you make decisions.
Well, this is this is the way I see it. It's like everybody has their own line. Yeah. And your line might be different than someone else's line. But there is a line. And everyone has definitely a line. Yes. And
your body internally tells you. You can feel it. Like,
so it's not a matter of a specific action that you do.
Yeah.
It's more of in your own mind, you know, like, oh, I just crossed my line to get something that I wanted. And I feel like that is kind of when that happens.
100%.
When you kind of signed the dotted line.
Yeah, you make a choice with yourself.
Yeah.
And you like, fuck, okay, do I want to like girls go somewhere? They be like, am I gonna suck this fucking producer's dick to get this role? Like, and it's like, bitch, like you suck the dick. Like it was your choice. Like, and and my thing is, I'm not knocking it either way. Do your thing, girl. Like go there, do what you got to do to get on if that's what you feel like you have to do. You know what I mean? But in life, I feel like everything has a trade-off. There's no 100% good without a bad. There's no perfect situation. There's never a perfect situation. We all make choices, and every choice we made, there's a balance to it, and that was the choice you made, and that comes with something.
Yeah,
comes with a dick in your mouth.
I feel like it's funny. Not even the breaking the morals thing though. Too like sometimes this is the thing. It's sad to say, but some people are not raised right. Like some people don't even like know what morals is.
100%.
They weren't raised to like have that type of thing, And so I feel like some people just have this thing where they just want fame so bad. And it's not even like you and I, we've made music since we're kids. We want to make music as our career to make money. We're not desperate for fame. We want to use our craft to make money. These people are not those type of people.
And those are the ones I feel bad for, because they're like, when I'm places, I try to watch out for those type of people, like especially young girls or something that move from the middle of nowhere. Like you got these people that are coming to Hollywood from Kentucky, and the city just completely dogs them. You know what I mean?
Like they were a Kentucky 10, and now they're an LA 5. And it's like shit gets rough.
Yeah, facts. A Kentucky 10 is not an LA 5.
Do you know what makes me sad?
That is a meme.
Sometimes I'm like, damn, like I don't know if I'm a 10. I like to think I am. But sometimes I'm like, damn, I would like to go to Kentucky and be like a 12. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, why don't we do it in reverse and go over there and like just live this amazing life where they treat you like you're fucking Megan Fox.
A Kentucky 12 on a good life scale is a 1. Like not knocking Kentucky, but I don't want to fucking live in Kentucky. I'll be a 2 out in Hollywood if my life is good.
You would actually like horses. For the Kentucky Derby, you would love it. You would come Kentucky Derby. Yeah. They come in the most fly, like pastel
I don't have nothing
suits.
Against Kentucky. I want to go to Kentucky. The Kentucky Derby looks lit.
No, I gotta tell you guys the funniest story.
Had to drive
Have you been to the Kentucky Derby?
Wait, let me just tell you guys the funniest story real quick. So I had a gig one time. It was at a strip club. It was a hosting gig. And so I get there, it's in Kentucky.
Okay.
And there's all these, I get off the plane and there's all these people at the airport, everywhere I'm going. There's all these people in like pastel suits. And I literally said to the club promoter guy who was like with us, I'm like, why is there like all these pimps in town? Like what's going on? And he's like, oh my God, no, it's the Kentucky Derby. And I'm like, oh, I'm over here thinking like, I think of Cat Williams and How High Is the Pimp. And that's how everybody for the Kentucky Derby is
Chanel
dressed.
thought she pulled up to the player haters ball.
Facts.
Literally.
Did you actually go?
So I didn't go.
Of course, you were.
They
booked.
were all at my gig though, and it was
Wait
so
a minute.
funny.
How was the strip club in Kentucky?
It was really bad. It was just like
Doesn't sound great.
It was not great, but it was so funny though because
your city is only good as your strip club. I've heard.
It looked like everybody. The funniest is like everybody was dressed like it was Easter Sunday at the strip club. You know what I mean? I feel like that. We had to talk about this because I love that you guys texted me and Dom like I know you're gonna love this.
Of course.
So I think so. This is what I want to say. Cat Williams is the perfect example of like I feel like some of these podcast hosts become really successful by having a situation like that.
Facts.
Like, I'm sorry, like you were like best interview ever, and I'm like, what, or lack thereof. Like, like Miss Shannon Sharp didn't speak the whole time.
That was the easiest interview of his life.
3 words, easiest job of his life. He just sipped on some shit and listened to the most wild story. But like, I feel like, you know,
and even the opposite of that, you see his energy was like, shit, like he got a little nervous. Like that was my favorite part of the interview. Like, it was a part people ain't even talking about. Like that was the greatest part. He was like, man, you gonna get me canceled after this. And you know, Cat Williams is like, this is gonna be the biggest interview you ever done. He said it to him. He said, this is gonna be the biggest thing you've done. He said, because I'm making this podcast a place of truth. I'm like, damn, that was real.
That's cold.
I was like, that's a cold bar. And like, he had a lot of bars in there. I'm like, I'm writing them down. Like, damn, that's some real shit. Like, no, but he had some bars in there. But that was my favorite part. He was like scared and like, are you gonna get me canceled? He's like, nah,
bro.
This will be the biggest
Harvey
thing you've ever
Weinstein,
done.
yeah, the Harvey Weinstein thing got me, bro. I wonder, do you think that's true?
I've heard some stories.
About him or just in general?
About him and in general.
Yeah.
Like, but bro, we both know. We live out here. It's like when you go to Hollywood parties, it could be anybody's parties. And I've been to everybody's parties. When you go to Hollywood parties, it's a certain time, you know, the crowd will start dwindling down, you know. I don't know. It feels like some creepy motherfuckers just crawl out of the floor. Like, you look around like, I haven't seen this motherfucker the whole party. Like, he comes out in some pajamas. I don't know where they come from, but it's a time period. The energy shifts in almost all Hollywood parties. And it gets creepy. Like, and you know, like, bro, like, let me get my Uber, because if I don't leave now, some weird shit is about to go down. They start smuggling people into one room or these different rooms. You know.
If you show up at a party and they're telling you they're collecting everybody's phones.
Oh, you know the vibes.
You know it's some weird shit. And I just want to put it out there. I have talked my way out of that situation every time. I'm like, I'm Chanel West Coast. I'm not fucking giving you my phone.
I've witnessed it.
Get out of here.
I've witnessed
He's
it a million times.
Yeah. And I'll literally keep my phone. And I low key, I'm like in the situation like, damn. I feel bad. None of these girls can take Instagrams. And I'm like sneaking my Instagram in the bathroom. Like, no, but like that's when you know. And I will be real myself. Like I was with a couple. I was with like a couple friends who were couples, and like we like get invited. It's like a popping group of people. We get there, same thing. Like take the phones, and I was like, not taking my phone, and I kept it on me. And they even said, all right, if you're gonna keep it hidden. And I was like, damn. I was like, I can't even fucking go on my Instagram. Like, so anyways, there was a moment. And a certain somebody goes, everybody turn off the lights. And I was like, okay.
That sounds hilarious.
And then
sound like somebody was about to have a dance outro. Cut the lights.
No, and then that same person was like, they said, yo, turn off the lights. And they turned off all the lights. And I was like, oh, but it wasn't dark because it was like the window was open and you're in Vegas. So it was like a lot of light still coming in. And then they were like, close the blinds. And I was like, oh. and then they were like, put on Frank Ocean. And I was like, okay.
Oh, no, that's the final straw. Frank Ocean is like, cut the fucking line.
That's the most.
I'm cutting it at Frank.
One of the guys.
That's the most neutral sexual song you can put on. They're like, anything goes in this room.
So one of the guys in the group we were with would literally like pulled on my friend and was like, hey. That's time for us. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Like, that's our cue to go. And we were like, all right, let's go. And I swear, till this day, I have always wondered what happened in that room after we left.
At least he didn't say put on R. Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Shit would have got real crazy.
Yeah.
But like when you say turn off all the lights and then put on Frank Ocean and like they made everybody take their phones away, I was like, this is all getting weird.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
come on.
I'm like, I gotta go. Like, yeah. But you know,
put on Frank Ocean. That needs to be in a skit or something. Dave Chappelle needs to make that. What the fuck? Is that what we drew the line? That's hilarious.
I don't know, but oh my God. All I know though is that that's what I was happy to talk to you about this because I'm like, I feel like you and I have both been at so many of these type of situations.
Exactly.
And when Cat Williams was like telling all these stories, I was like, dang, I'm just happy like I haven't got to that level of knowing the shit he knows. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, do you ever think like that? Like, do you ever think like, dang, like somebody's been watching over me for me to not end up in these awkward situations like Cat Williams is talking about?
No, I just think I'm not an idiot. And I think most people, the average person is not the smartest person, especially not in America, not to shit on our country or anything. But, you know, we live a life based on the American dream, and you come here and you can get what you want and everything is attainable. So people are like walking around like, oh, everything is attainable. I'm in LA. I'm going to go to this party. Oh God, my clothes are off, but the dream, I'm still alive. Like, and then like they wake up one day back in fucking Ohio like, damn, the fuck happened the last 3 months? Yeah, like you were out here doing drugs. You lost your actual goal and you got lost in the sauce. And that's what LA does to people.
And that's the
Getting
thing.
lost in the sauce.
And
they look up and like, oh shit, more dick in my face. Like, so like, damn, like.
No, even for
everyone gets tested though. And that's what I was going to say.
Even you, this poor man, I can imagine like, because he's a model in the industry, and I've heard about it in the past from other people, and I was like, babe, like, how have you navigated? And I feel like, I think you might have even joked about it one time. You're like, well, I just haven't got the biggest jobs because I'm not willing to suck people's dick.
No, 100%. Because Dom is the most model looking person ever, bro. And even I've been on Santa Monica and a dude pulls over like, what are you doing? Come to my house. I have millions. I'm like, bro, that may sound enticing at all, but I'm fucking good, bro. Like, let me walk over here and get my fat burger or wherever I was walking to. Like, god damn. Like,
nah, but you know what it is the people put like little probes out.
Yeah.
And they just make little comments and things like that. So even if you've never found yourself in that real bad situation, they tested you, and you might not even realize it.
100%.
You know, so this has happened to me with photographers where they will make like a little comment, or they'll, you know, ask me to do something, and they immediately see that I'm like, my energy is like, I'm not about that.
I don't want to interject, but no offense to photographers, but bro, they're the creepiest motherfuckers. Some of them, bro. Like, it's just like, god damn. Like, no offense to all of them.
Our one video guy's a photographer, and he's like, yo, what the?
No, but he's a video production. It's like if you do video, I'm like, okay, not too bad. It's just like photographers, they're like, oh god, I'm gonna use this camera to like stalk women and see some ass. Yeah. It's like, god damn, chill out, nigga.
For some people, that's their way in. That's, you know,
it is, though.
With the men and the women. It's like, if you're really attracted to women or really attracted to men, but maybe you're not like in the position to actually pull that type of person.
Facts. Exactly.
Become a photographer.
Exactly.
Now I get to hang out with all of them and take pictures of all of them.
And try to take advantage of them. I'm like, bro, a lot of photographers, bro, you could tell by their, you know, some of their content and everything. It's like, bro, like.
I hate to say it, but LA is a big mix of like either the creepy guy or the girl who used to be the model. Who,
80% of the guys.
The gold digger.
Who now wants to be the
80%
photographer.
of the LA guys are creepers, you know, but it is what it is. It's in Hollywood. So like, people try to use things to take advantage of people. It's sad, but that's the show business. Like,
yes,
it really is. But I feel like you and I both have done a good job navigating. I feel like that's also why it's so funny. Sometimes I 100%. Wonder why friends of mine like yourself and, you know, I have several friends who are super talented, and I'm like, why are we not all like at the top of the charts, you know? And I genuinely feel like it's because people like us are just, we're not willing to do all these weird
100%.
things. We're like, okay, we're just gonna focus on our craft and that's it. And like
100%. But I mean, bro, like, to myself, I look around and I see all these people at the top of the charts and all of this, but I look around at my life and I'm like, I feel like I'm at the top of the charts. We live better than 80% of those people, bro.
Yep.
They are slaves.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the same word that came to my mind.
Literally, bro. Like, I mean, we walk around and we get to do what the fuck we want to do every day. Like, and not far, I mean, you're a celebrity, but still, like, those people, like, they're manufactured. They're manufactured products. They don't make a lot of their money. They don't know what their business is. They don't know anything about their business. They have 20 different people in their pockets. They have somebody telling them where they should be every day. And in 20 years, a lot of them look back and be like, man, what happened to all this money they said I was getting? Well, that accountant and all the other people that were on your team, bro, they were all digging in your pockets. Like, so shit, to me, I am at the top of the world.
Well, I think with music in particular is like that. I think 100%. More so than any other industry.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they see your potential and they're like, oh, we can really make this person into a star. Exactly. And then they sink their claws into you. And then it's like you become just their tool to generate revenue. You know what I mean?
And that goes back to me saying trade-off. Like, you wanted fame that bad. Whatever stage you were, that's the trade-off for it. Mm-hmm. You ended up wanting this fame so bad, you may attain it, but the other side of that is you didn't take enough time to have the knowledge and learn the business of what you were actually doing. So like, yeah, you got all of this, but like you're lacking all of this. Like, it's too late at a certain point to be like, damn, like I should have understood the business. You're in 40 contracts and like.
No, this is the craziest thing, and I'm not gonna throw. I'm not going to say names because the labels of these artists, you know, maybe I can
throw them niggas under the bus. Throw them niggas under the bus. I'll fight them for you. Let's go.
Get a deal from their label, but at this point, why would I even say that? I would have won it. So I'm listening.
I'll fight them for you. Dom knows MMA and shit, so listen, I'm not tripping.
No, listen. So I'm listening to the radio, and it's like the the host on the radio station is like, oh, like, so, I was just talking. She's talking to some celebrity, and that celebrity is like a TikToker or something.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you live in the same building as so-and-so, who is like a person that's on the charts right now, performing in arenas. And she's like, oh, you guys live in the same apartment building or something like that, right? And I'm like, wait, what? Like, obviously, it's probably a really nice building, granted. But I was just like, this person's selling out arenas and doesn't have a house.
After getting a house, there's no apartment building nice enough on the planet to not have my own space, unless it's like a condo.
No, but that like that moment, that moment of hearing that, I was like, this person literally is on the radio 24/7 selling out arenas, and they just said, oh, you live in the same apartment building as so-and-so. And I'm like, why are they in an apartment building?
If people only knew, there would be less motherfuckers out here sucking dick for an opportunity. I'm bringing it back around. If they only knew, like, circle. Facts. If they only knew, it would be less people doing that, bro. People actually don't know what it takes to do something. And we've all sacrificed a lot sitting here. And they may look at each of us and be like, oh, blah, 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 bro. 90% of people that try to do what we do couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And they came out here and they couldn't do it. And you brought up LA. I'm gonna go back to that. It's probably LA, but I didn't try to make it in New York, but I love New York. But LA, bro, is like a city. Like, I talk to people. If you're supposed to be here, this is the type of city that will let you know. I don't know what it is about LA, but the city speaks back. Like, they like you come through here like, and it kind of guides you, like, I feel like, at least. But and more people I talk to, I've talked to a bunch of people this week, and they're like, bro, things just, I was working, I just tried hard, and things started happening for you. This city is some magic about it where it'll guide you to where you really want to go. It may not be the exact path you think you're going to take, but opportunities will come to let you know, like, okay, damn, like, I'm not going anywhere. You know what I mean? And then, like, other people, 3 months back in Ohio, sucking dick. It just is what it is. But no,
but you're right, though. It's like cream rises to the top, and as long as you are able to be persistent enough and patient enough, there's nothing that can stop that from happening. Like,
100%,
you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
A lot of detours will be taken, and a lot of people will try to stop you. But at the end of the day, if you have longevity and you have the patience to make your dreams happen, it's like like an unavoidable force, like an unstoppable force. It's like the universe is like water. Like, it just is going to keep flowing in the right direction as long as you are what you think you are.
Facts. And my second day out here, bro, I came out here. My attorney, which is like one of my business partners, I grew up with him. I've known him since he was 10. He's like my dad's best friend, basically. And he saw me, like, I was rapping, making my little rhymes at 10, 12. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out, So, like, and that's still my guy.
I love him, Andrew. By the way.
He's amazing.
I want you to know I tell everybody the story about him getting the guy $2 million for his pinky toe. I told the story on Ridiculousness. And Robin Sterling thought it was hilarious. We should find it and show him.
That's so funny.
So his attorney, he's like, he's like the type of guy who's like, it's like workers' comp type shit, right?
He just sues people, basically.
We were talking one time, I forgot about what. Remember, I was like, yo, I need your help. I got some shit online, like, that's a lie. I want to get it down. Da, da, da. And he goes, listen, I got a guy $2 million for his pinky toe. I was like,
that's him 100%.
I was like, yo, I need this guy to be my lawyer in the future for something. Facts. I don't know what, but I need him.
That's hilarious. No, that's Andrew 1,000,000%. But one day we're just there, and he's like, I tell my parents, like, hey, like, it's a long story, but I'm like, I got to get out of this school. Like, it's not for me. And then we leave, and like, I'm like, I want to go to LA. Like, I just felt like, go to LA. Like, there's a sign, like, go to LA. He's like, all right, you know what? I'll book a room for 3 days in LA, just set up what you can out there, and we'll just try to get to work. My second day here, we're at the Mondrian. We ended up staying there. That's why this hotel is so special to me, because like, it's a part of my story. So he books the Mondrian. He's like, one of my friends said this hotel's decent. So we go there, and I'm like, damn, this shit is popping. It's summertime, pool party at the Mondrian. They had an event the first night. And I meet this guy the second night, and he's like, yo, what do you do, man? Your outfit is fucking fly as hell. I'm like, I make music. I'm like, look, I got this video on the top of World Star right now. And we just put a video on top of World Star. He's like, man, this shit is fire. He's like, yo, let's go to the bar. You know, he pulls out a black card. He's like, you ever seen a card dance? Pulls it out, drops it, and, you know, it starts bouncing and shit because it's metal. Anyways, we drinking Clase Azul. It's probably the first time I had it, like in my life. You know, I'm younger. I'm like 20 at this time. Man, he's like, yo, that's crazy. Blah, blah, blah. He was like, yo, your music is dope. I'm going to come back, come pick you up. And we're going to go to a party tonight. I'm like, oh, God, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, you know, in the industry, you hear all kind of shit. So people say all kind of things. He's like, cool meeting you, bro. I go back to party. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, yeah. And then he like calls me. He's like, yo, I'm outside. He picks me up, Rolls Royce. I'm like, cool. Like, first time at a Rose. He's like, we go to a restaurant and like, the restaurant's closed. It's Philippe Chow at the time in Beverly Hills. And like we get out the car and I'm like, bro, is this dude a fucking weirdo, bro? Like we had a restaurant, like it's clearly closed, but we get out the car and like paparazzi just starts flashing. It's like 10 of them. I'm like, what the hell, you know? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm in character, yeah. Y'all know who I am, you know what I mean? Y'all know what's going on. They must have got the call, you know what I mean? When we go inside and the whole restaurant's empty and it's just security in the back. And he's like, let me holler at them real quick. We sit there, he talks to them for a few minutes, blah, blah, blah. The doors open and like, I remember the first person I saw after the doors open was Birdman. Like, he had like a million chains on, like chains just swinging. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? This is my second day out here.
That's crazy.
And then like, we're at the, and then I see Lil Wayne and then he comes up to Lil Wayne, jumps on him, hugs him. I'm like, what the fuck
Who is this
going
person
on?
that you met? Are you still connected with them?
I am. I'm not gonna say their name, but I am. I'm still connected with them. But kind of. You know what I mean? Okay.
That's insane though.
Yeah. So he jumps on Lil Wayne, hugs him, and I'm there like, what the fuck is going on? This is my second day out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tripping. Like, I don't even get starstruck at all. It don't matter who it is. But you know, that night I'm like, oh shit, what the hell, bro? And then like ended up being the 10th anniversary for the Carter 2 Lil Wayne album. They were having a dinner, like, and we were there, like, at this dinner and after party. It was the 10th anniversary for the Carter 2, which is an album that made me really like, oh, I'm stopping everything and I'm gonna rap.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Man, right?
10 years later, after I dropped everything and I like decided to put everything into music, like I was like 11 years old. I'm like, fuck that. Carter 2 out. I'm dropping everything and I'm like, I'm only rapping. I started writing raps every single day, and then I'm there at the Carter 2 anniversary with Wayne. Like, Wayne is passing me blunts, like crazy as shit. I'm there like high, like, oh shit, what's going on? Like, bro, all kind of people are there. I remember Drake wasn't there, but Young Thug was there. Soulja Boy was there.
Soulja Boy is everywhere in LA.
Soulja Boy is everywhere. Soulja Boy is everywhere, but bro, it was a million people, bro. It was a million people there. Tyga was there, of course. No, Drake was there. Drake was there.
Tyga's also
Young
everywhere.
Thug was there, like
yeah, we see him like everywhere we go.
Tyga, Soulja Boy, I run at fucking every party.
Drake's there, Drake, pretty much the whole, Cash Money, and they were all there, and I'm sitting there, and it's funny, like the security guard starts inching towards me. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm the only person in there really like that you wouldn't notice off of TV or in the entertainment. I'm like, oh shit, they got me. He's about to kick me out. He slides over. He keeps sliding. He's sliding over slowly. And then I'm like, he finally gets to me, actually. I'm like, fuck. He leans over and was like, yo, saw your video on top of World Star. That shit is a fucking banger. I'm like, what the fuck? Wayne's personal bodyguard at the restaurant. I'm like, after that, my night ended. I ended up at the bar with like Keisha Cole. They closed everything, and it was just me at the bar with her, and like she was telling me just about LA and everything, and like we taking shots of like Patron and shit. And like she says some of the realest shit. Like, shout out to Keisha Cole. Like, I was just a kid, and like she was like, yeah, come to the bar, have some shots. He was like, I could tell you knew out here, basically. Like, and she just talking about, put me on game about LA, Hollywood. And we leave. Like, Christina Milian is there. She's super cool. Talk to her too. And we dip. I go back to the hotel. I'm just at the Mondrian, like, I'm not leaving. So after that,
I would not leave after that either.
I never left.
You got bit by the bug that night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Andrew was like, yo, man, I said 3 days. Like, so after that, we had to,
Finesse.
Made it do what it do. You know, I slept in a car for damn near 4 years until I signed the deal with Capitol, and then
that's wild.
You know, and my life's been different ever since. So
that's amazing.
Gotta make them sacrifices, man.
That was a great story, and honestly, the greatest way to end this podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Let's
because that story is just like, it's so inspiring, and I feel like,
especially your connection with Wayne. So like,
you had a full circle moment being able to smoke a blunt with Wayne at my birthday.
Exactly.
You were probably sitting there like, dang. From that first day, I would have not thought like me and Chanel would be at her birthday years later. Like, you know what I mean?
Right with Wayne, sitting there chilling again. Like, and it's like, damn, life is like crazy. It's like another phase. We're about to go into another phase.
Oh
like,
my gosh. Well, we're about to go into a whole nother phase when the show comes out.
Make sure y'all check that motherfucking show out. It's the greatest thing ever been on TV and streaming. And I'm not saying that just because I'm on it. It's good. And I want people to see it because they'll see the real side of Chanel and who she is as a person. I was talking about betrayal earlier and people I've met and like how they are, like, and how most people are. And she was saying, yeah, I like being by myself, but you're one of my only friends for certain reasons. You know, it's little things I watch that people do. And Chanel always has, if you're really her friend, she has your back no matter who the fuck it is.
Well, like, you're not just my friend. I also, I was trying to be funny, but this isn't going to come off funny.
You're funny. Let it out.
I was going to be like, listen, I also know this, you are so talented. And I tend to be the person that like, ever since the very first American Idol, I'm not joking. I remember it was like the second episode. And I was like, that girl's going to win, about Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
My mom said it too. She's going to try to take the credit for this. But I was like, Kelly Clarkson is going to win. And I started to call it like almost every year. I used to love American Idol, and I would call it from like the very beginning. Yeah. I'm just good at being able to see who has that star power, and I know you have it, you know. And I've been like, I'm not gonna lie, like I've been like waiting. I'm like, hey, my dog's gonna blow up, and I'm gonna still be there. Like I was his homie. I believed in him before all of y'all.
Honestly, we already there. Honestly, like.
Yo, that's me when I'm watching MasterChef. I can call it from the first episode. I'm like, this girl's head and shoulders above all of them. You see that knife skill?
Facts. This other girl's souffle is trash.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Well, shout out to the last of a dying breed, the real stars.
My
you know?
Yes.
Yo, Apollo Liberace, thank you for coming through.
Thank y'all for having
me. You will
be
present again and again, but we're glad
we're definitely gonna have him back on the show and have your beautiful girlfriend Erica on as well, because Erica is very smart, somebody who I think will be really good conversation for our podcast.
Yeah, we just gotta keep her off politics, you know?
Yeah.
Keep her off.
You know, this is a safe zone.
Keep her off the politics.
This is not a place of truth. No, I'm just kidding. This is a place of truth. We want to obviously
100%
speak as much truth as possible without getting canceled. That's the goal here. All right.
We're uncancelable.
Let's go.
Thank y'all for having me. Shout out to Chanel and Dom.
Check out Luke Cage. Luke Cage.
Luke
Go
Cage.
stream it right
Kick
now.
like Luke Cage. Apollo Liberace. Can't stop me.
We out.
Niggas talk money, ain't getting none. I just turn a chest to a honey bun. Hands all out when the money come. Yeah. Hands all out when the money is. She 30 years old with no kids. I guess I'ma put it all in the ribs. Yeah. Neck piece, wrist piece, two sheet. She just came through with a new freak. She just came through with a two-piece. Yeah. Hundreds, money. This shit comfy. My bitch looking lovely. Niggas looking bummy. Same niggas always talking money.